Our next topic. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I got distracted. It's
all right.
Our next topic. Anderson Cooper took a little visit to Jeopardy. Now, he didn't do so great. He ended up losing to Cheech Marin, the very well-known comedian from the druggy films of the 1970s, with his friend Chong. Are you surprised that he would?
Honestly, a little.
Because he came out with 0.
He missed questions on
He did not get any money.
History. I mean, he missed some questions that a person in his shoes should kind of know.
To be fair, he did get questions right, and he had money. But the final Jeopardy took away all of his money.
But it's Celebrity Jeopardy. Those are not real questions. Those are not hard. You've watched it. It's worse than College Jeopardy. It's so easy. I don't understand. They're spoon-fed things, and a lot of the topics are entertainment topics or, in his case, news topics, because they put topics up there that are related to the celebrity, because it's going to a charity. It's not like the celebrity's taking the cash home.
Yeah, I mean...
Sorry for whatever charity picked Anderson Cooper. That would
they still got $25,000 even though he lost.
Jeopardy's good about giving
not
money.
a safe bet.
I was just surprised because he missed a couple really ones that a person in the news should kind of know.
And to say one thing about Anderson Cooper, he has won Celebrity Jeopardy before, and this was like a tournament where everyone on there had won Celebrity Jeopardy before.
But Cheech Marin, really?
I know. I can't defend him that much.
Maybe he's a very educated man. He hasn't been doing much lately, so he's probably reading.
The drugs haven't killed all the brain cells.
And keeping up with everything. I'm sure he's a very well-educated man. In other TV news, Rosie's back. Rosie O'Donnell has announced that she will be coming back to television in the fall of 2011, just as the queen of daytime TV, Oprah Winfrey, leaves. Now, she left. Everybody remembers she left in a firestorm. From the View, because she had a little bit of a mood swing and some disagreements with her fellow cast members, and then she also had a very big nationally covered dispute with billionaire Donald Trump. Now, could she have another successful television show? First of all, if she comes back,
of course she is. I think she could. Everyone knows Rosie O'Donnell, and people will watch it just to see what is she going to say today.
I agree. I think she's actually going to come back, and I assume she'll do very well.
Marcus, you
I just don't want her to come back. I'll be honest. She'll probably do fine, but she's just a wacko. I mean, she is just so far out there, and the stuff she says.
But people will watch that. They will.
Well, America's viewing public is not the smartest.
I was going to ask you what your personal opinions of her are, but never mind.
I don't like Rosie O'Donnell either, but people will watch her. She will just say some crazy things.
If Glenn Beck can have a show, Rosie O'Donnell can have a show. I'll concede
it's not going to be. She'll probably do a mixture of what she did back in the 90s, and I think it went a little bit into the 21st century, but I'm not sure. When she had her daytime talk show that was very popular. Mm-hmm. And before she got very political. But, all right.
Marcus, want to take us to the next topic?
The Food and Drug Administration announced regulations Thursday that would ban the sale and marketing of cigarettes and smokeless tobacco products to people younger than 18. Most states already have these measures in place, but the FDA was not allowed to regulate tobacco nationally until President Obama signed the Family Smoking Prevention and Tobacco Control Act in June of last year. So, do you guys think these restrictions are necessary?
The overall saying you can't sell them to minors is very necessary because that just needs to be protecting the minors. But there are some provisions of this that are absolutely ridiculous, I think. Like sales of cigarette packages with fewer than 20 cigarettes is not allowed. I don't think that's right. Why does that matter? If you're going to have a package of cigarettes, why can't the corporation that's selling it decide how many cigarettes are actually in the package?
That's really strange. I didn't read that.
Yeah.
I know that they prevented the sale of fruit-flavored cigarettes and some clove cigarettes because they were apparently geared towards children.
Okay.
I guess. I mean, I don't know if they're really necessary. I mean, most states already have that, don't they? I mean, I can't think of a state that doesn't have that. But
yeah, but also tobacco brand name sponsorship of any athletic, musical, or other social or cultural event is prohibited.
Isn't that already done in most states?
Yeah, it's still done, but why should the federal government be saying
the federal
this?
government, they think they can do whatever they want.
But if someone wants to say, yes, we want your sponsorship, why shouldn't that be allowed?
Well, yeah. Well, the big one that I can think of was Winston used to sponsor NASCAR, and then the government was like, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I don't understand why they can't advertise or anything like that. I understand the legal arguments against keeping people from smoking in public areas and stuff like that. That makes more sense to me. But these restrictions on the companies themselves, I mean, it's just the federal government trying to wipe them out. It's just a systematic, we don't like you. You're hurting citizens technically, but the citizens are choosing to do it themselves. But it's just about getting rid of the tobacco companies.
How about this one, though? The sale or distribution of hats and T-shirts with tobacco brands or logos
I know,
are now...
it's absurd.
That's like their whole marketing. Like, you know how much
they have
merchandise...
nothing left because they can't be on TV.
And now you're infringing upon the rights of the individual for saying, hey, I want to have a T-shirt, but I can't because the federal government is not allowing distribution of this
way
shirt.
overstepping their bounds.
I don't think that they can do this to this degree because they are purposely killing it. And to go back to what you had said, I think they're limiting no fewer than 20 cigarettes per package because it has to do with, how much money you have to spend then to get them. I think if you make it a little bit more expensive, they're trying to keep people from doing it.
But they should be able to do that. That is not...
I know, I agree.
It's not the federal government's responsibility.
It's a rare occasion that we would all be arguing for tobacco companies. But they are I think they're being persecuted right here.
Yeah. All right, well, with that, we're going to pay one grand spot and we'll be back for the end of the show. All right, we're back. Alliant Energy in Cedar Rapids is going to go ahead with their 10% temporary rate increase, despite Governor Culver's request to hold off on that increase. The governor says the increase would, quote, impose substantial hardships on citizens, many of whom are just scraping by. In Iowa, utility companies are allowed to temporarily raise rates, but must have approval from the state to permanently raise rates. Do you guys think Alliant should hold off on their rate increase or just go ahead with it now?
I think they from a citizen standpoint, I think they should because
should hold on or
they should hold off from raising increases because citizens are strapped for cash right now. But from a non-biased standpoint, no, they shouldn't. They are a corporation. They have a right to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I agree with your corporation non-bias opinion because it's just not... they have every right to do it. I know that everybody's strapped for cash, but that means they are too.
Mm-hmm. Right. No, I agree. I think that's... I didn't know that utilities were regulated that much by the state. Like, I knew that they were regulated, but I didn't know they couldn't change their price. That seems a little...
Mm-hmm.
I understand the point of it there, but did utilities really gouge people that much? I know they used to, but...
They're expensive.
Well, I know they're expensive.
The point is so that they don't gouge anymore.
But I just don't like how the government has the control of... says who's gouging and who's actually like, what do you have to do? Like, give them.
That's why it's
here's
a
our report.
temporary.
And this is what we need to make our ends meet, and the government can still say no and make you run a loss. That doesn't make any sense.
They could. Oh, you're just upset that they could kill a company.
Yeah, they could just say, well, we don't think that rate's acceptable.
I'm surprised. Yeah, I agree that I'm surprised that there's that much power, but it is necessary. I think that something that you have to have in order to live in today's world, it needs to be regulated so that it's done cheaply. I think you could trust legislators enough to do that.
Yeah, the temporary rate increase is 10%, but they want to permanently raise it from now 14%. So that's what they're trying. They're waiting on.
That's a very large increase for
it really
utilities.
is, especially at a time like this.
Yeah.
But that's what they need to
I
get
hope
by.
the legislator does not approve the 14% increase.
So do you guys think that Governor Culver has the right to ask this?
He can ask whatever he wants, but he can't send any kind of executive order to stop them from doing it.
I think this is just a tactic by Culver by trying to get the public opinion on his side and guilt trip them into making sure that they don't raise it.
That's true. I didn't consider that. That would actually be a very good tactic to try and get people to call in.
If Culver just wanted them not to do it and didn't care about the public, he would just go to them personally and not make this public and say, hey, don't do this. But he's trying to get the public on his side.
I assume he probably did that, and then they didn't do it. So he went to the public and did whatever executives should do and go for public opinion.
Mm-hmm.